Okay, so first I want to thank you for your overwhelming response to the first video, for your comments on this page, on Facebook, Twitter, and all the emails that you sent. I'm glad I did that video. I promised that I'll talk about, why your team does not use your project management system and why your projects fail. So this is what happened to me. It's a Thursday morning and I check my emails, do a few follow-ups, and then I start on the most important task for the day. I install our new web-based project management system on my server. I create a test project and I'm happy with what I see. I think this tool can bring order to my life, finally. I'm looking after 40 projects and I need a good tracking system. I need them to keep them on track. I've been looking for a system that works for over a decade. I actually even created an internal project management system about 8 years ago. But this is the best that I've seen so far. So I'm very excited that I found it, and I go ahead and create user accounts for all my team members. I also set up projects and added these people to these projects. The next day, I show the system to my project managers. They're a little skeptical, but I think they will realize the benefits of it over time. So I use the system myself over the next 2 days, and I'm even happier. Now, we have a full team meeting every Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. So I unveil the new system to my team. I go through how projects are set up, how milestones, tickets, and tasks work, and how they can track time using the system. I announce that this is the system we are going to move forward with, and it's compulsory for everyone. What do you think happened next? Well, I was the only one who used the system actively. Everyone used, they tried their best to come up with a reason why they can't get along with the system. And, some people even tried it, but the way they organized their milestones and their tickets and tasks, I thought it was better left undone. So, I described how I envisioned the system to be used to my project managers in our, Thursday meeting. And then we came up with an interesting idea. The following Monday, we announced that, logging 8 hours to the system is absolutely positively necessary. If an employee did not enter 8 hours up to the next 11 a.m., he or she will be marked absent for the day and they will not be paid for the day. So our usage spiked that week and I was really happy. Unfortunately, this did not last long. The very next week, it started dropping. And some smart guys, they started adding single entry for 8 hours. I was smarter. So I went ahead and wrote a script that will check if people entered 8 hours and if there was any single entry that was more than 2 hours. I even checked if their total exceeded 12 hours for the day. And on all of these events, my script would trigger an email notification to that employee and keep me in CC. So I started getting dozens of notifications the next day onward with little improvement in how people use the system. So over the next several months, I tried to incentivize good usage and punish non-usage. I met with only moderate success. The success was present only when I was involved. I planned the project and I was actively involved in the project using the system. But it was frustrating. I kept wondering why people do not understand the importance of organizing their work. Why would they not enter their time logs? Why could they not understand the simple relation between milestones, tickets, and tasks? Are you in a similar situation? Have you also tried everything that you could imagine to get your team to use your project management system or to use it more effectively? Over the last 15 years, I was directly responsible for over 250 projects, leading nearly 400 people in all. And I've always been obsessed with being organized and being productive. I studied all project management practices, I tried them firsthand, and actively promoted agile project development methods. And I figured why people did not use our project management system. And these are the same 5 reasons why your people don't use your project management system. So here's reason 1, because it's boring. Your project management system is a system, and it defines a set of processes that people have to follow. Now, processes are routines, and routines are boring. We work in creative professions, and creative people hate processes. Let's admit, we don't like rules. We don't like, fixed ways of working. And we feel that we are here to get the job done and not to track time or post updates on what I did in the system at the end of every day, isn't it? So when people perceive a process as lengthy or complicated, denial is automatic. Denial is the default behavior for anything that seems big. ActiveCollab, Basecamp, or any other system can seem daunting to your team. It may seem like too much work, a burden to fill it every day. So here's what you want to get. Whatever comes in the way of getting their job done will become a boring overhead for creative people. Reason number 2, because they don't want to look bad. A web-based, open, collaborative project management system is like a secret eye. It's a secret camera watching you throughout your working day. And when someone is watching you, you want to look good. And you want to avoid looking bad, actually. So the easiest way to avoid looking bad is to hide. If they don't use the system, you won't find out how good or bad they are. They can always cook up a reason for not being able to use it a little later. So, one of my team members confessed to me once. She said that she was a junior and took longer than estimated times. And when we estimated time for the task, we entered that into the project management system. But she did not log time against the task since she was afraid that she would look slow. Right? So when people think that you have high expectations, you are watching them, and that their failures can work against them, they tend to avoid the risk. Not using the system seems like a safe bet. The other choice is to just do enough to get away. Do just the minimal standards so that they can get away with it and do not show up on your radar. So the lesson? Most people are afraid of looking bad and hence they stick to mediocrity. Your team is no different. Reason number 3, because they don't like change. Why would you learn a new system when an old will get the job done? People have their own styles of working and a system requires standards to be followed. Change means risk and change means more work. So even if you did not use any project management system earlier, you would have some undocumented, some non-standard way of getting things done. Now when you bring in a new system, you wanted to standardize the best practices and you want to keep track of things. But that change may occur as threat to some. Now none of us want unpleasant change. Some people even rebel and challenge the system when they can't handle the change. It takes strong motivation to defeat inertia and establish new habits. Some people will go to the extent of proving the system wrong. They'll say this doesn't work. Not because the system is bad, but simply because they don't want to change. In other words, if there is no clear advantage for your team to adapt to the new system, they won't. Here's rule number 4. Because the system is not embedded in your organization culture. For most organizations, a project management system is just another system. They have email, they have miscellaneous documents, they got their project plans in Excel sheets, they got conference calls, review meetings, planning meetings, for everything for project management. And then there are a bunch of other systems as well. So your project management system becomes an extension of existing systems. And this also creates multiple reference points. A conference call would give you a different picture of a project status from an Excel sheet that you are sent over email. There is no single source of truth. Some organizations are also averse to failures. Someone who fails to understand or effectively use the project management system may be criticized. And I believe that an organization culture that does not accept failures will take ages to accept any change, let alone success of a project management system. So at the same time, for people, managing projects is not their job. It is the job of the project manager. So it should be the project manager who should be using the project management system. Their job is just to get the work done. So if people do not realize the importance of your project management system, if you do not refer to your project management system in your day-to-day conversations, they will avoid spending time on it. Here's reason number 5. Why your project management system is not used by your team is because of you. If you noticed, all 4 points I mentioned earlier are your team's perceptions. You and your team perceive the project management system differently. For you, it is a way to get organized. It's a tool to succeed. And for them, It is someone else's problem that they are stuck with, an unavoidable change they are struggling to cope up with. It's not their fault, neither yours. Your perceptions are different. You are looking at this from two different sides. So, like me, you may be trying out every new technique to make your team understand the importance of your project management system. But we spend very little time understanding them. We do not realize that their expertise and experience levels are different. Their aspirations and their struggles are different. They will obey and follow certain rules, but you won't get optimal results unless you develop a deep compassion for them. The end users of your system, you got to have compassion for them. Now, this is the biggest reason why they don't use the project management system. Because the system does not solve their problems. It solves your problems. Now, when you look at situation from their perspective and listening with deep compassion, then only can you get the true buy-in. And what you want to get is that there is nothing wrong here. Don't let early disappointments deter you. Show them a new trick once in a while. Don't keep switching project management systems because one did not work. It's not the project management system. When you start seeing things from their side, things will go much smoother.